As you guys saw from my previous video, I lost the win streak. Not by actually losing a match, but from my game crashing. However, due to popular demand, since I didn't actually lose, you guys wanted me to continue the series, so here we go. Let's hop right into it. And it looks like our first match is against Darko. We actually got one of my worst maps, Glade, here, and I'm going Boomerang Spike Factory Farm. I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but it should be a fun one. Now, the one thing about this is now that I actually don't have the win streak in game or anything anymore, and we're still playing as if I had it, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for me to lock in, I feel like, just because I know on my profile I don't actually have the 32 or whatever win streak I used to. I'm just gotta mentally tell myself, act like I do, you know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna fight a lot more when you have a big win streak on the line. You're gonna make sure you don't make stupid mistakes as much, you're gonna be more focused, more dialed in, all that type of stuff. Okay, they're starting with the Dart Monkey. I'm gonna go BTN with the Boomerang here, obviously, and they brought a door as well, which leads me to believe they are probably bringing Dart Spike Factory Farm, so most likely both go in Spike Factory Farm loadouts, which is interesting. That is very, very interesting. Let's get Red Hot Rings here. Hopefully I don't overleak. I don't actually know how good this Boomerang strategy is anymore because, yeah, last time I think I actually did struggle a little bit with it. And they're doing a 2 Dart Monkey start, okay. Fair enough. Oh, they sold it for a crossbow. Interesting. I guess that works. They got Trip Dart and sold it for a crossbow, which is not what you typically see. Normally the person just keeps Trip Dart around. But you know, if it works, it works. I'm not gonna knock them too much for it. Let's get our farmer and Balloon Bot in here. They got their farm down as well, nicely done. And then I'm just gonna save it for my Glade Ricochet right away, I think. Normally I like to try to greed some farm upgrades, but in this case, Glade is a little bit more of a difficult map. I feel like just going straight for the Ricochet is not a bad decision. We'll do it. We'll play a little bit safe here. Actually, I lied. We'll upgrade the farm once. Or twice. We upgrade quality soil and increase production. So two farm upgrades, technically. Bee Swarm. Alright, they upgrade their farm. Nicely done. And then one more Eco Boost. That gets up. Tower Boost. Okay, well, going for that farm greed actually did cost me a tower boost at the end of the day, so was it worth? Probably not. But I might have actually been able to avoid that tower boost usage if I timed my BTN ability better as well. I used that too early. It's fine. Okay, so opponent's handling with their setup, but they are going to need more defense for yellow balloons for sure. Most likely they're going to get a Spolt up because that's where they place their second Dart Monkey in a Spike Pult location. Let's see. Okay, they use a Dora's ability, that's fine. And I forced a tower boost too. I'll take that. Wait for tower boost to die off, and then I'm gonna send more. Now. There we go, force Spike Pult, perfect. Alright, I think this has been a pretty solid early game for me so far. I like where I'm sitting. We'll go for Plantation next. Opponent is out farming me, but I've sent a lot more eco than them, so I mean, that's kind of to be expected. I'm not really upset about being out-farmed. Let's get a Spike Factory down on my end here. Okay, they're doing that. Let's put you on first targeting. Close targeting on you. Let's Bee Swarm this. Bigger stacks. Alright. They got Spike Factory down on their side as well. Nicely done. I can afford more Glaives if I need it by selling Spike Factory. Okay, we forced the Juggernaut on their end. Perfect. I'm waiting to purchase. Get it now. They sent me some camos. They sent me some more camos. Buy it now. We're good. Let's send them a rush. Alright, force tower boost on their end. I'll take that. I definitely want to re-rush. I'm just waiting until my opportunity. They have 4 Dart Monkeys that they can build into Juggernauts pretty easily, so I want to kind of bait it. Okay, forced all 4 jugs. That's perfect. Exactly what we're looking for. And they sold for a bank. That's totally fine with me. That's totally fine with me. We'll tower boost this. I'm good against all of that. Not even close. Let's get my own bank here in a second. Hopefully before this round ends. Swarm that. We're chilling. Okay. Gotta be careful here. I'm good against that. Definitely not what I want to do against a rush, but that's fine. I'm not in a good position. I knew I'd be struggling once I got this map. This is like my worst map in the game, or at least one of them. I'm not comfortable with this. Where I'm at here. Okay, we're good against that rush. Let's get this up. All is fine. Not even close. Okay. They're just making me micro right now, which is fine with me. I have B-Swarm back now. B-Swarm this. I should be fine with Swarm ability. I think the plan is going to be to ult out them. I want to get an IMF loan on my end. I definitely want to get an IMF loan. Alright. I should be fine against this Moab to tank it. Yep, we're good. Let's rush them. Fortified BFBs behind it. Just keep sending, keep sending. Spaced out. Yes, we won. Okay. I could have lost that match so easily. That was definitely not the strategy for that map. I think B team strategy is a lot weaker now since B team got nerfed, but we somehow pulled through. I honestly probably should have lost that match if the opponent played the defense correctly. I'll take it though. Okay, I actually got the same opponent once again. I wonder if they're like DCing opponents to get me, because the way it works in Battles 2 is normally you can't rematch the same opponent unless they, like, you can play them after you play a match. But if you like enter a lobby, DC, and then re-enter the queue, you can play the same opponent. So that's the only way they could have matched me again. That's my guess here. I don't know. Oh, and they're going Benjamin as well. Are we both going the same strategy here? Come on. I'm not going to give you the hearts for... Mere matchups are not... I mean, it could be interesting if I can make them leak. That's going to be the main thing. If we can make them leak, then we could have something going here. Definitely got to go Dartling Super Monkey Village, though, if I already chose Benjamin. I feel like this guy just DC'd an opponent to match me again, though, which is really annoying. Going to start with the Dartling, of course. Up here will be the placement. They're starting with some blue Nico. That's fine with me. And they got their Dartling down as well. Yeah, the main thing that can pretty much secure me a win is if I get a life advantage on them. Because Dartling Super Monkey Village, which is what I'm assuming my opponent's going as well, does not have any life regen ever since they changed how Benjamin works. So securing that life lead is important. They actually go for Benjamin round 1. I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to press on with some eco and go for Benjamin later. And looks like they're just going to tank leaks. Okay. I mean, I'll take that. The bigger life advantage I can get, the better. I'll take any life advantage I can get here. We'll go for Benjamin round 3. Balloon boost? I honestly should have balloon boosted earlier. It's fine, though. They are down to 39 lives. And we will get Benjamin down, yeah, as on round 3, as I previously stated. That's the plan. Now, I guess they could have life regen with their strategy. They aren't necessarily locked into going Dartling Super Monkey Village, but the thing is, if they have a tower in their loadout to life regen, like the Heli or the Druid, then I am going to out late game them with my loadout. So all I need to do is, yeah, just play it how I am. We're doing fine. They are probably going to outmoney me because they got Benjamin round 1, which is the only downside of how I'm playing this, but the life lead in a matchup like this is more important. We will get faster barrel spin now. Perfect. And send green balloons. And then we'll send black balloons on round 6. Okay, they're sending me some as well. Let's lock you in place. Get second Dartling down here, please, before I leak. We're okay, we're okay. No leaks yet. We're chilling. They got their second Dartling down too. Yellow balloons are where things are gonna get interesting, because both of us are going to get overrun pretty easily. I think I'll probably use a tower boost against them. The thing is, they're already low on lives, so they can't really leak against yellows. They have to play it more safe than me. We use Benjamin ability at the very start. And now I'm going to tower boost. Balloon boost at them. They tower boosted. They're down. They're dead. They're dead. Let's go. That's what you get for rematching me, buddy. Come on. They waited too long to use their Benjamin ability to the point where there's too many balloons on their screen, and then the downtime just kills them. That's why I use my Benjamin ability so early. Alright, so I just did the math, and I think if our win streak was still going from the previous video, we would currently be sitting at 36, which is just crazy to think about. But either way, star for the next match, I'm going Bomb, Sub Farm, and Jericho. We'll start with the Bomb, and we'll get Jericho down round 1. I think opponent brought Churchill, if I remember correctly, or is Sentai Churchill, so this will be an interesting one. Against Public Lice. Let's get Farmer and Balloonbot in here, and let's get Jericho down too. Perfect. We'll keep Jericho on strong here. And yeah, we'll just continue to send Space Balloon Eco, because I want to see up for that Cluster Bomb as soon as possible. Is the ideal start for my strategy. Now, with them going Sentai Churchill, it could be a variety of things. Could be Sub Ice Farm, which I haven't seen in a while, ever since they nerfed Arm Piercing Darts. It could be some other loadouts too, like Engineer Churchill. We'll see. Alright, these leaks are hurting though. One more Eco Boost, I get the Cluster Bomb up, come on. Let's get it. Perfect. There's the Banana Farm from the opponent, as expected. I actually didn't leak too badly there. That wasn't awful. I've had worse. Now, the unfortunate part about Bomb on this map is it is a little bit worse than Bomb on some other maps like Oasis, for example. Because on Oasis, you only need 103 Cluster Bomb to defend. On this map, you need 203 Cluster Bomb to defend white balloons and black balloons. So you need to spend a little bit more on bomb upgrades, but it's fine. I'm fine doing that. They're upgrading their farm. Yeah, I'm going to get out-farmed really hard from the start. That's to be expected, though. When you have a hero that's going to solo everything until round 6. We'll be able to catch up and farm slowly but surely with our steals, and the fact that now I've got my defense situated. It is Engineer. Okay, so their third could be anything. I'm guessing it's Ace, but it could be Super Monkey, it could be Spike Factory. Those are probably the two other options. We'll see. It's interesting they go for Engineer in round 5 instead of round 6, because round 6 is when you actually need it. But maybe they weren't just going to agree for another farm anyway, so I thought, why not just get the Engineer early? We will get my first banana farm down now. Perfect. I actually did not get a banana from that. I thought I would. Wait, did they get range on it? Wait a second. What? Is that a 0-1-1 Engineer? That is odd. Because that, if they went for range, that means they can't get the Sentry Expert Crosspath on it later. I wonder if they need range to make it attack consistently, like hit the black balloons. I don't think you do, but maybe you do. I haven't used Engineer much on this map. Maybe range is a necessary upgrade to give it the right line of fire for black balloons. It looks like they're going for a second one anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Mr. Public Lice is doing over there. Let's steal from them. They actually sell it for a banana plantation. Okay, that's fine. They're trying to avoid the steal, which they did somewhat. Nicely done. We got the camel balloons coming at them now, which is nice. Get some leaks forced. Yeah, they actually got cleansing foam early. That might be why they got the middle path on it. So since they're going to build it to cleansing foam early anyways. I personally wouldn't have gone for cleansing foam so early, as that is going to limit his farming. I would have just tanked some more camel balloons. But you know, it's fine. How they did it also works. And just like that, guys, look at this. I now have the farm lead. I was so far behind in farms on round 4, 5, 6. But now we're up. Because they have to save up for a Sentry Expert now. While my Cluster Bomb is going to do decent against most things. Now if they send me around 11 rush and layer it properly, I will have to tower boost, but we'll see. So far, nothing's being sent. I do want to force that Sentry Expert on their side. It's just going to be a little bit difficult on round 11, especially when they have a lot of defense already built and a strong hero. So I'm going to wait. Alright, get you up. Put Jericho in strong. We've got Ceramics incoming next round. I would like to force some defense now. Okay, we forced Turbo Damage Laser Bombs, that's good. With another rush, I should be able to force a Sentry Expert pretty easily. Their Ceramics are doing nothing after I got the Cluster Bomb up. Alright, we forced Sentry Expert, perfect. 4,400 is how much I need. I'm not affording it here. I would have liked around 14 second or bank, but I rushed them too much to afford it. I could have not sent them rushes and got round 14, and then they probably would have also gotten round 14 because they wouldn't have Sentry Expert bot. But I guess we'll just both get round 15 bank and be pretty comfortable with that. It's not really a terrible situation to be in. And it looks like they're preparing to get up a balloon trap up top. That is the one downside here. Also, they're avoiding the steals pretty well. But the balloon trap's actually going to make really good income because I'm playing Jericho, so Jericho's going to adjust the balloons and increase the strength of them, thus feed the balloon trap more. So yeah, this actually might not be a very good matchup for me. I don't know. We'll see. We still don't know what their third is. I think Ace would be the third I'm worried about the most. If I'm against Super Monkey or Spike Factory for the third, I feel like I can probably deal with that. If I'm against Ace, then things could get pretty scary. I am going to continue my eco, by the way. Normally I wouldn't eco this much, but because they have a balloon trap up front, sending some white balloon eco can actually block a lot of balloon trap income, which is what I'm going for. It is Spike Factory. Okay, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Still not going to be easy at all to take down the strategy, but I think Spike Factory is a little bit harder to use. And a lot less popular, too. Okay, they're sending me that. Let's get armor-piercing darts here. I should be fine against this. Yep. I was a little bit scared that wouldn't defend because armor-piercing darts was nerfed, but I think it still has 3 Moab class damage, so it is a decent option against fortified Moabs. I could have also tower boosted against that, which might have been the smarter play, as I still do have 3 tower boosts available. I'm trying to block the balloon trap income still. Let's sell that for a second plantation. I'm going to be greedy here. Okay, Bank's cooking up a good amount. There's going to be a lot of balloons that come out round 21. I'm going to make more by sending zebras and send a decoy in here too. Try to overrun them a little bit. Balloon boost. Let's be annoying. Let's be annoying. Okay, it looks like my annoyingness... Oh, did it pay off? Are they dead? No, they aren't. Well, that's cool how it looks like they're dead on my side, but in reality, nothing actually happened. I love how that happens in battles too. It's a very cool addition. I might have over-ecoed in all honesty. I think I did. I don't like how much eco I have because it's going to make it hard to afford my nomics that I want to get, is the problem. Not that a high eco is bad normally. Well, it can be, situationally. Alright, they prepared that early. Fair enough. Are they going to rush me with tight ceramics? I'm trying to prepare for it, in case they do. Currently, no. I'm not going to rush them because they pre-bought spiked mines. And they have engineer, which is actually pretty good against tight ceramics with the spam. And we do actually have a nice farm lead because they went for spiked mines and they played it safe. So, I always do love a farm lead. Ryan Mehalic will never complain about a farm lead. Beer off on my end. Tower boosting that was definitely an overreaction. That was not very many ceramics, was it? These sells for what? About 12k, and I could sell that for about 16k? Alright, I don't have enough for Energizer yet. Energizer could be an answer against a huge all-out if they send another one. Because that'll also buff my nomics by 20%. So it'd kind of be helpful farming-wise too. But it doesn't look like they're re-rushing me at the end of the day. So we're good. Let's just go for another farm. I gotta be careful for TDTs as well, obviously. Steal from them. Do I want to rush them at all? That's the question. I could send a fortified ZMG, which I actually don't think is a bad idea. This will kind of accomplish a couple of things. One, it's going to force a lot of defense, because it's ramped a good bit at this point. But also, if I can take out their spiked pile, then tight ceramic rushes could be a threat too, underneath it. So I feel like this is actually a pretty smart send. They go for a Century Champion. Interesting. Okay. Did not expect that. I guess it works. Actually, I don't even know if it works, in all honesty. I feel like they're still gonna have a ceramic problem. They haven't done like any damage against it. They're not using Sentai level 10 ability either, which is a mistake. I sent ceramics to block their spike storm that they just used. Loon boost? They're dead. Okay, we won. We won. Let's go. I'll take it. I will take that. We're 3 for 3 so far today. Pretty solid stuff. Next match here, we got Cobra Command. We're gonna go bomb Spike Factory Farm. We got a 3-win streak now, so the win streak is back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back on attack here. And yeah, now I kind of did talk bad about BT earlier in this video, but I think that's kind of with Boomerang. I think BT and Boomerang is not near as strong anymore, but BT and Bomb, I still think there's probably a lot of strength in going. So yeah, especially on this map, BT and Bomb on this map is quite good. We are going to do that. Start with the bomb shooter, of course. Opponent's going probably the same strategy as me too, because they brought B-Team as well. Let's get B-Team down right here. And we'll go Farmer, Balloon Bot, perfect. And then we'll upgrade to Frag Bombs next, once I can afford. There we go. Nice. Everything is going according to plan so far. Now we are going to grab a little bit of an early life advantage because I sent green balloons before they did. So definitely love a life lead. It's not really going to be super impactful because both of us have BT, and so we're both going to be regaining lives anyways later. But it was always a nice little thing to have. It can cause problems for the opponent later if they leak too much. Let's go red balloon eco now though. We've made it to the yellow balloons. Well, now that I have my cluster bomb up rather. And they have the cluster bomb up too. Red balloons are better. Then we'll switch to space pinks on round 4. And we're gonna first farm down this round. Let's go. Farm right here. Perfect. I want to delay cross-pathing my bomb as much as possible. I probably will eventually have to get heavy bombs just to defend the regular balloons, especially if they start balloon boosting and button pressing at me. But by delaying the upgrades, I can just create some farm stuff first, which is nice. Increase production on you. Nice. And they got big bombs on their end. Nicely done. Actually, let's just get big bombs on my end. I'm not going to use BT and Swarm. I kind of want to save BT and Swarm in case they button press or whatever. I think that's a fine decision just to buy it. Speaking about button pressing, I want to force the heavy bombs on their side. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a balloon boost right now. That's going to force a bee swarm. Yes. And they're actually down to 50 lives too, which is not very good for my opponent. Now they're trying to regain lives. They can't do that though, because then they're going to leak. I think I will use a button press. Let's do it. Button press will force the bomb crosspath. Yeah, that's worth. That's worth to use a button press to force that, I think. With those plays, I should now be able to get my plantation significantly faster than my opponent, while being at an 80 plus life advantage. Banana plantation, perfect. I'm ready with my Beast Swarm ability in case they try something sneaky at me. So far, nothing's going on. Let's get a second farm. Nice. We'll start upgrading this guy too. And then maybe I can read for like a super early bank. That would be ideal. I don't know how we'll pull it off though. As in like before round 12 when I have to like buy BT and camo detection and everything. That would be fantastic. Because if I can leverage this greed we got on my opponent early, that's the best case scenario. Alright, they actually placed and sold a Spike Factory and then placed it again. That was weird. Okay. If I get one more eco boost, I afford a bank here, which is actually just huge. If I can get round 10 bank. Yep, I'm doing it. It's a crazy play. Let's upgrade the bomb. Heavy bombs. Making honey mode now. We got a second bomb right here. Even if they force me to buy BT and camo detection, I'm not going to force them to buy it. Well, I could send a camo lead or two and maybe force it. I still think this play is worth. Buy it. We're chilling. They sold BTN. What the heck? Wait a second. They're dead. That was a mistake. They didn't mean sell BTN. Yeah. What was that play? I mean, I think I already had this guy where I wanted him with the crazy farm lead, but man, what a mistake. They sold BTN instead of upgrading BTN. Alright, next match of today's video. This is for the 5 win streak, guys. We are against Count Chop, who's going DJ Benjamin. Let's run it. And yeah, they are bringing DJ Ben, as I previously said, which is interesting. You don't see that hero too often. They're starting with the Ice Tower, okay? Which means DJ Benjamin should be affordable round 1 pretty easily, as Ice Tower is OP on round 1. Let's get, what's called Agent of Jericho down in here. Perfect. We are bringing Bomb Sub Farm once again. Oh, they actually don't place DJ Ben in the range of their Ice Tower, though. Because the way DJ Ben works is his income increases the more towers that are in the radius. That's interesting. They end up going for a submarine in the radius now. Sub-Ice. It's probably Sub-Ice Farm, I think. Sub-Ice Farm with DJ Ben. That's gotta be their strategy. Which is funny, because I made a video on that strategy a while back. A while back when Sub-Ice Farm was popular. It's actually really good income-wise, because DJ Ben increases, like, the... What's it called? Reduces the cooldown, not increases. Reduces the cooldown of the Monkeynomics, and then Energizer can do that even more. But it's really hard to get to that point and get your Nomics early, because the greed with DJ Benjamin is just awful. So, we'll see. How ends up playing out. Maybe they're going to eco loadout, though, because now look, there's semi-group lose. Interesting. Could be economy. We'll send some pinks their way. Which I think will overrun. They actually go for an airburst start sub. I think the airburst is on last targeting. That should do decent. Some of the shots are getting a little bit blocked by the Ice Tower frozen balloons, but it's a solid location. You don't normally see airburst starts in a different spot, though, which is interesting. That they place it off to the right. I typically see it like over here on last targeting. Let's steal from them. Hopefully this can actually be a somewhat impactful steal. They got heat tip darts in their submarine as well. It looks like they aren't avoiding any of it, though, which is great for me. Let's get bigger bombs on my end. Yeah, they avoided... Okay, they avoided 2 ticks of the steal. I'll take that. Upgrade the farm. And yeah, it actually looks like the sub-ice combo is defending pretty well. I think if I balloon boost, they will struggle, though, which I'm going to do here. Let's balloon boost. Yep, they are leaking quite a bit. Force second sub on their end. They're still going to leak with second sub quite a bit. And we forced barbed darts in the second sub, too. Awesome. Love to see that. I think it would have been cheaper, in all honesty, for them to sell their Ice Tower and get triple guns on their first sub, but maybe they don't want to get that first sub into triple guns. They might be building that into, like, a ballistic missile or something later. I don't know. I'm curious as to what their loadout is, though. It's definitely not sub-ice farm, as I was previously guessing. Maybe sub-ice super? Oh, we got steel again. I don't know how long I had that available. We got camo balloons incoming at them now, too. They're gonna have to buy some early camo detection, which is really bad for the opponent. If I could force some more leaks on them while they have to worry about getting a submerged and support sub, things could actually get pretty scary for Count Chop in the early game, because affording all of that is going to be difficult. So I think we will send some zebras their way. It's heli. Okay. Sub-ice heli. Well, I guess sending zebras is probably not worth anymore. I guess that strategy makes sense, because the heli kind of works similar to the Monkeynomics in the fact you could place the heli farms on the water and they would get buffed by Benjamin and the Energizer. So that's probably the theory behind my opponent's loadout, but again, getting to that point is the difficult part, because you don't have much greed with this strategy. I don't think there's much of a late game with Sub-Ice Heli also, and yeah. You need that greed to be able to get your farms to that point. Zebras. They go for Ballistic Missile, which is going to do like nothing here. They use Party Monkeys as well. And they're dead. I mean, I see the theory behind the loadout. Like, you want to get some crazy buffed heli farms, but the problem with those types of loadouts is you just have no super cheap and effective early game defense, especially with Benjamin, which doesn't really do much for you. And then your greed is all out of whack. So, I don't know. Either way, we got back a 5 win streak, which is great. So I think my total win streak's technically at 39 here, which is pretty interesting. And I think we're going to end the video off right there. I'll catch you guys in the next one to continue this win streak. Rematch out. Peace, guys. Have a good one.